I want to do a very quick, like 60 to 90 second in its entirety mini business course with you. And I'd like you to share three things on how you tap into your grit, because you've got grit, but you also have grace. No pun intended, right? But like, so you have you've done so much, you've been through so much, you've been mentored by people who have been through so much and done so much. And so if you had to extract three quick bullet points on, how people can tap into their grit, what would be one of the first of three?
Sure. So let me just make a general comment. One of the things reason why I love climbing mountains is because that mountain climbing mindset uh, translate from the mountain to life itself to business itself.
Yeah.
And so I always feel like carrying a mountaineer mindset with me at all times is what carries me through life. So I know in a mountain that you can have all the best plans to climb from the base to the summit, but you have to be prepared to be disrupted at each and every step.
Yeah.
And there's a great deal of uncertainty, and we as humans we're so programmed for certainty that it's learning how to navigate that builds the grit that you're talking about.
Yeah.
So one of the things I would say for grit is one simple thing is focus on your next step. Why? Because you're going to be embarking on an insurmountable journey. It's going to be highly uncertain. The landscape is changing. Sometimes there are many things you can't control. But one of the lessons from climbing Kilimanjaro, where it says poli poli, and poli poli means step by step, but the focus in getting to the top is that not only do you focus on your step, but you make your next step the very best step,
Mm.
whatever that may be. The ultimate goal doesn't matter. It's your next step. And if you create a step by step mindset where it's the next step that I'm focusing on, that's going to be my best step. And
I love it.
sometimes you're so exhausted that the next step may not be a full step, and it may be a half a step, but by all means, keep moving, keep going, don't stop.
Yeah.
Mountaineers who stop become paralyzed with fear, and eventually it costs them their lives. So I,
Yeah.
I do think that's number one. Number two, I think, is the power of the pivot, because we make plans. We keep, we just know that it's going to work. We start off on a journey, and lo and behold, there's the unexpected that happens, that occurs, that we had not planned for, whether it be the economy or job situation, whatever it might be. And it's learning how to pivot,
Yeah.
but pivot in a way where we keep moving, pivot in a way where we may fall, but we fall forward because
Yeah.
we are falling with whatever lessons that fall I learned from the fall is going to help me to my next step. So I think that's another key. And then I think the third, that to keep in mind in a mountaineer mindset, never underestimate the power of courage, the
Hmm.
power to say, you know what, regardless of what happened to me yesterday, I am going to get up, rise up, pray up, and show up. And I'm going to show up with the mindset that whatever happens to this day, I'm going to do everything to succeed. And I think you'll be surprised in a day where many people choose to just, give up, or just,
Yeah.
staying in bed, just showing up and giving to the world what
Yeah.
you have within you, your talents, your treasures, everything that's within you, the world is waiting to experience. You'd be surprised how much that propels you towards your goals and propels you to succeed.
I love it. And I think, thank you for that. I just want to extract one thing from about courage, which is, confidence usually feels good. Courage you have to push yourself a little bit. And so that's, I think sometimes people say, well, what's the difference between confidence and courage? Confidence, you do things when you're ready and it feels easy. Courage
Mhm.
is when you know you want to do it and you got to push yourself and it's a little uncomfortable. So I appreciate,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, courage takes a level of conviction, and you
right,
have to say, am I going to live in my convenience or my conviction?
right,
Because my convenience and my conviction will never live in the same place.
correct,
So living your conviction will push you beyond your level of comfort,
right.
and that's where the growth is, always beyond your level of convenience.
Yeah.